Fie biara enyemu anim omani efra.
Understand that any home, any domestic setting where there is the absence of pets, they are battling with spiritual blindness. For emphasis.
Se wo fie a wotim. Nyemu bie ni mu dia ene mo yare sunsumu enifraye.
If in your home
complete
there is no pets there, you are suffering spiritual blindness.
Na tresem etrechim na enu ntine ya ha.
The word of God actually gives meaning and explanation concerning it, and we are going into that right away.
Ewo ni enti a ese so bia epe nyemu a. Enye se wodo nyemu anyen entra. Na mmom sunsumu ni biara o sunsumu hunumu ene me ni echinye asemo amekan. Se nyemu ani ufi a mo yare sunsumu enifraye.
If you have the absence of pets from your home, you are battling with spiritual blindness, because you should understand that every spiritual person assents to the fact that they have and they must have a pet of necessity. If you are in a home or you have a certain domestic arrangement and pets are absent from it, you are dealing with spiritual blindness.
Na ti asese ye di free chiri ne di aba be duru bebi a yedri. If we say sunsumani fraye ne gumu ahodo. Inti e ka sunsumani fraye a ejina se wuni nyemo ntra.
So you should see that we've journeyed from a point to this place, and we've dealt with dimensions of spiritual blindness. The one we are dealing with tonight is spiritual blindness as a result of absence of pets in your life.
Adia me pese Kristo ni bi ehuni. Oni pe biare ni ho a oye difu a ohunu ade echen aboa. Oboa. Weni entumi ntra aboa bia ade.
This is the truth I want you to settle in your heart as a believer. There is no prophet who sees Father and with clarity more than pets. There is none.
Oni pe biara o se naso abie, nani abie. O tinyame ne. Untumi enka se wuhunu sunsumu echen enyemo a ana amoa nyame edu o metwa ewiase ni nipa ho ehia.
There is no man who has the faculties, both natural and spiritual, to see Father or to hear Father than any pet that God has put in his creation or pets that surround us.
Na ye di free hunamu di resunsum. Enyemu ana o metwa ye ho ehia no. Tie. Ewo ni enti ajata. Yamfa na mefie. Ene wo ni enti a ye di akokɔ ene kra ene kraman ebe fie. Na nyamwa na wonye wo mu wo fie no nwura mu de no nko ene fie de no nko nti me ka nyamwa a ye wo fie ho asem ni ye di firi hunamu e di resunsum na obiara wahua science kakra eni mo se ye spectrum na ye di hu ade hunameni no ye di firi hunamu e di resunsum nipa ube ade a ye fra bibi ultraviolet colors a ye tumi di hu no eye within that spectrum from red na wo di akwa violet sa colors no ene ye tumi hu ye ni eno nko na ehu na beyond that spectrum no frequency no emo na o metwa ye hu ehia no tie omuhunu beyond that wavelength omo operations ne bros our wavelength enu nti na se tsunami e ba besia emo ani dikan hu edwane ko ansa na nipa hu se emframa boni bi e ba eniso.
We are starting the word of God is beautiful.
Beautiful.
We are starting off with in the natural, then we'll take it into the spirit realm. Because the word of God clearly understands that the power of God and his Godhead is made evident by the things that are seen in nature.
Sir.
The first thing you should understand that in the range of vision among various categories of creation, man has a certain range, a spectrum in which he is able to perceive things optically. But the spectrum in which man operates is limited compared to the spectrum in which animals operate. The faculty of sight for animals operate in a wider and a more broader spectrum, a much wider range than the spectrum in which all mankind operate in. And a clear take on this, a clear example of this, is that you realize that whenever there is any change in weather or there's any natural catastrophe about to happen in a particular territory, you realize that the animals in that environment start to migrate and move from that territory because of the perception they have had, which is far in advance of man's perception, man's natural perception of that catastrophe that's about to happen.